Hey everyone, James Azar here with the CyberHub podcast. Welcome to the month of July, July 1st, 2020, the beginning of the third quarter, the launch of summer, a few days away from my favorite holiday, the 4th of July. Really sad that I'm not in the States to celebrate the 4th this year. It's one of my favorite holidays, but we're not here to talk about my favorite holiday. We're here to talk about your practitioner brief that you can get on our website by going to cyberhubpodcast.com. Go get our practitioner brief in your inbox daily, 11 a.m. Eastern. You can get it earlier. I've had some requests to bring it out earlier. I'd love to get some more feedback on that before we commit to changing the time on it. So let's get right into our practitioner brief. Again, cyberhubpodcast.com. You can get the PDF in your inbox. The FCC officially has designated Huawei and ZTE as a national security threat. The FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, on Tuesday formally designated Huawei and ZTE as national security threats in the U.S., meaning telecoms can no longer use the FCC's Universal Service Fund to purchase equipment or services from those Chinese firms. Back in November, the FCC implemented a rule barring any money from the fund from going to suppliers deemed a national security threat. At the time, it recommended the designation be applied to Huawei and ZTE. It's now been proven. In fact, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai has said that the designation, is based on the overwhelming weight of evidence. Both companies have close ties to the Chinese Communist Party and China's military apparatus, and both companies are broadly subject to Chinese laws obligating them to cooperate with the country's intelligence services. He said, "We cannot and will not allow the Chinese Communist Party to exploit network vulnerabilities and compromise our critical communications infrastructure. About damn time." The agency also considered recent actions from the Congress, executive branch, intel community, U.S. allies, communication service providers, and other countries. The U.S. joins other countries, including Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and Taiwan, who have effectively banned Huawei, although the Chinese are making sure that Huawei gets its footprint all over Africa and other poor nations across the world in order to get its communication foothold there as well. Big story, a lot to come from this. I'm sure over the next few weeks we'll be reporting those if they apply to our daily work, but this has a lot to do with answers we're going to have to give our boards here in the next few weeks as questions from this specific action start to trickle down. StrongPity APT is back with Kurdish-Aimed watering hole attacks. The APT group known as StrongPity is back with a new watering hole campaign targeting mainly Kurdish victims in Turkey and Syria. The malware offers operators the ability to search for and exfiltrate any file or document from a victim's machine. The group is operating a series of bogus websites perpetrating to offer a range of popular software utilities. The tools all included are Trojanized versions of archivers, file recovery applications, and many more. The sheer variety of the Trojanized applications on offer is the latest campaign and is a method aimed at casting a wide net in terms of victims' interest, according to researchers at Bitdefender in a report released yesterday. That's not to say, however, that the attacks are devoid of targeting. They are specifically targeting specific IP addresses of Kurdish targets in Turkey and Syria. Last year, in 2018, an analysis from Citizens Lab shows that the group to have been particularly active in Turkey and Syria targeting Kurds. This might be, and again, no evidence to point out to this, but the Turkish government hiring these guys to gain intel on the Kurds in Turkey and Syria as part of their campaign there as well. Our final brief for today is the new EvilQuest ransomware is discovered targeting macOS users. Security researchers have discovered this week a new ransomware strain. It's specifically targeting macOS users named osx.evilquest. This ransomware is different from previous macOS ransomware threats because besides encrypting files on the victim's computer, EvilQuest also installs a keylogger, a reverse shell, and steals cryptocurrency-related files from infected hosts. The researcher who spotted the new EvilQuest ransomware is a K7 Lab security researcher, Dinesh Devados. Well done, good sir. Devados tweeted his findings on Monday, June 29th. However, new evidence has surfaced. Malwarebytes has also found EvilQuest hidden in pirated macOS software uploaded on torrent portals and online forums. You can see the full blog post on our website at cyberhubpodcast.com and on our PDF, which if you look at the description below, you can have the link directly. It'll take you right to our PDF on this video and on the audio podcast, wherever you're listening or watching. That's it for our practitioner brief today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate your support. Thank you for your feedback. I've had feedback about people wanting me to issue this a little bit earlier, and we're looking at that aspect as well. That's it for us here today, folks. Until next time, stay cyber safe.